Alright, welcome guys, we're back with Dwarf Fortress, and just a few little things I'm thinking that I have sort of missed with all of this. Just more security, really. We've got to be so security conscious now. We've got this one pretty well locked down. I was thinking, like, it's funny, you know, like it's one of these games that you dream about. You go, what else can I do? I was thinking of actually trying to do something where we actually end up with like flood zones in these sorts of areas to kill anything that ends up back down in these areas. So, but I'm trying to think of the best way of doing this, and yeah, I'm thinking of actually creating like this into like a flooded area where we actually end up with a reservoir above that is from the aquifer. And doing the same maybe back over here as well, like around this area. We've got aquifer, a little bit of aquifer in here as well. So that could be interesting actually, just to sort of have like something where just like a little further down in here, for example, this is all aquifer. And we could actually end up with like a reservoir of water. You know, that's interesting. We've got microline there, then we've got another aquifer there with sandstone. So we could build like a biggish area. But then how do we then use it? It would have to be in this zone, which means we'd then have to then think of something different. I don't think that's going to work, actually. No, it's not going to work. No, so we won't do that one. But we could still do the other one. The other thing I'm looking at is down here, down the bottom here. I was thinking if we ended up with a Forgotten Beast coming through, and I don't know if Forgotten Beast can now open up doors, like, or smash through doors. If they can, this is a major you know, area in the fortress where we're going to have problems, and so it may be that we need to sort of lock this one off somehow. Yeah, we've got to. I think it's we've got the door there. I think we just basically put one right here, just a little drawbridge in this area as well. Now, I don't know if this is dead fungi. We've got young tower cap. These may then be a problem. Let's just quickly go and throw one of these in here. So a bridge, and I was thinking about it like it's the Forgotten Beasts that are going to be the problems down in here, not really anything else that's going to invade us. So I don't think we have to. I'm not too concerned about being invaded by anything else from the cavern dwellers, except for Forgotten Beasts. So let's go and throw that in as well. So even Forgotten Beasts are going to struggle against what we actually have. And there we go. We'll just make this out of, we've got jet nearby. We'll just go and make use of that one. So we'll create a drawbridge there just to sort of block this off completely. And then we can actually open this one up when we need to, just to go back out into the actual caverns. You can see that at the moment this is fairly safe. And I think that will do us, actually. I'm even thinking of creating like another safe zone. I don't know if I can actually go back to burrows. Can I copy this? Recenter, toggle whether the workshops can source here. That's okay. Suspend this burrow. There's no way to actually copy it, so I would need to build another one if I was going to build something else. So I won't worry about that one so much. Everything is looking good there as well. Got all the cats. We've still got a puppy here. What are you doing in there? It's a pet of Red Shirt. Well, he shouldn't be there. If we go back up the top of the fortress, which is where we've got all of our dogs, they're all in here. Except for the one dog with the rotten leg, which is down here. So we'll pen or pasture this one. And yeah, so we'll just go back into this other one through here. Just go and add it. So if there's any other puppies, needs to be placed up there. Where are you? Where are you? There. No, that's, yeah, there it is. You need to be up there with the other dogs. All right, not with the cats, with the dogs. So we'll just go and get that one done. Hi, Syrian, how are you going? And so that will then sort of get that one sorted. Got all these badges and things as well. I do have like, this is a training zone. I don't even know if I need the training zone, to be honest, because I think they're still just going to be training up the war dogs. So we've got these stray war dogs in here. So this is all the dogs are disgusted because they've been retching on the miasma coming from the leg of this particular dog. This one's injured, was injured by a snake, I think. Right at the very, very start of our fortress. Anyway, they're all still training away in there. They don't all have steel. Like, they've got a bit of a mishmash of different types of equipment. So we're wanting to sort of get something else done a bit better there. That one there is going to be pushed back into this door, so that one's just come out. The other thing I was thinking of, do we need a roof on the top, up the top here? So we've got this one through here. We've got that one there with which one of these out this way. Now, what have we got in there? We've just got the copper ballista heads. This is not really what we want. We want the actual. I don't know where they are. The actual bolts themselves. I'm not sure how we put the bolts in there, so that's not really working the way that we want it to work. And then we've got this area where we have locked this one down, but then we've got an area above that I could actually go and create another area at the top. And do I want to do that? We also should possibly pave everything around here, just so that there's no tree. See how this tree is growing close to the walls? This will be a problem for us all the time. We also have this area underneath here as well, where we can ultimately sort of dig down into and create like a trap area. They may try to dig through underneath this. Not sure if they will. So we've got a few little things we have to concern ourselves with. Maybe we will actually just go and create. Actually, how many blocks have we got? Let's have a quick look and see. Blocks, 63 dolomite blocks. That's not enough. 392 microline blocks. That will do for the ceiling. Yeah, we can do a roof, and that way we can actually have it all very, very secure. So what we're going to do is we come into here. Then in that case, we're going to knock down this wall. Which is going to be from here, that one. Just go and knock that wall down, and because I don't want to have another, I want this to be solid, so I'm just going to go and place it in here. We'll unpause and just let everything sort of start to build up. Oh, hang on, that's locked. Make it passable. There we go. Now someone's taken it to do the job. All right, so that's now gone. And now what we do is we're just going to go and create a floor here. I don't think we can just make a staircase directly out here. So if I go into constructions, stairs, and just try to build it up to there. Oh, I can. Actually, I can. So I'll just make these out of logs. So I can actually do that one directly from there. So this will essentially be like a way up into the top of the fortress, just temporarily. Oh, here we are, early spring. It's funny, I've got no sound at all. First at ground, it's full moon. Hi, Raw Slade is saying, "Oh man, has it been a while since I've seen you live? How are you? How are you? What's the plan?" Well, the plan is to just get ready for the sieges, and the sieges can be quite violent now. It's early spring. Something's not quite working here. I'm just going to go and save and return to the title menu because I'm not getting any sound at all, and which is a problem. Just check everything else that we've got. Yeah, I've got my desktop audio is not responding to any sound whatsoever. So I'll just go and save and return to the title menu. And we'll just reopen things up. Just make sure this hasn't been like an update or anything like that that may have caused some sort of issue. Right, we'll quit that one. And I will just double check the sound. Actually, no, I won't. I'll just. I'm sure it'll be working. I'm just trying to think of what would be a quick little one that I could actually just open up. This one has got sound, I think, straight away. Oh, it's new content. I was hoping to avoid exactly this sort of thing, where it's just. This is a great little game, by the way. Cleared hot. It's a fun game. I've got videos that I've recorded on a lot of these now that I just haven't actually uploaded. Will that come in with sound? It should do. It sort of clicked there, but it didn't actually... Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so there's sound there. All right, let's go back out. Hi Freezeways, how are you going? And Tenuous Rook, not knowing core, best core. Well, let's just keep on going through, and I will just double check and just make sure that see if there has been some sort of update or whatever reason it may be that whatever it may not be wanting to play. It won't be in that lot. It'll be down here if it is, which it isn't. So that's all okay. Yep, that's fine. All right, so we will go back in again. Dwarf Fortress. Did you break your dwarf? So, well, the sound just wasn't there, and I do want the sound. So we'll continue an active game. Why is this not doing it? Settings, audio. There should be music playing here. What the hell? It's really got me. So Tenuous Rook saying it's all screaming and mud clicking. We don't need that. I sort of do rely on it a little bit. Why is this not doing it? Very strange. Dwarf Fortress is set to the correct output. Yeah, it is. Yep, it is. I'll have to quit one more time. Everything else is working. I'm not sure why that would not work. That is weird. It's like it's actually going into a like a headphone or something like that. Which I'll just see if I've got anything else. No, there's nothing else interacting with it. Can just sort of go and no, there's nothing else there at all. I've got no idea actually what this is doing. Properties. I'll just go to a few properties in through here. Yeah, cancel that one. I've got like another one for headphones, but that's not actually doing it. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what the go is there. Well, it's a bit of a shame. I do sort of, I do like having the sound, but anyway, well, we'll have to just play without it. I've got no idea why that's not actually got any sound. Come on, game. Behave. petitions going to deny this one. All right, so we've got that one sort of happening. We've got spring has arrived. We've got your structure rose quartz back in through here as well. That's okay. Milking, yep, that's all okay. Okay, so we've got Johnnyopoulos engraved memorial has been completed. So let's just go and place that one. So if I just go to F2, we're going to be placing them along here. So there will be a. If we go down to our to where our these things actually are, it's not. It's funny. It's not actually showing it in here just yet, but it will be. So we'll just go and place it here. We should be able to go and do that one. So we just go into furniture, slabs, and no, we don't have it there just yet. What may happen if you don't actually see it and you know that one's been created? So we know that one has been created. It's probably in here somewhere. There it is. See how it's got a task that's been given? So this one is actually somebody's coming to pick that one up. I'm just going to go and lock it, and then I'm going to unlock it. That then gets rid of the task, and then I can go back up to the position for it. And I just want to get rid of these ghosts. They're annoying everyone. So we'll just go back in and place this one again. So furniture, slabs, Johnnyopoulos. So that was Nice. There we are. So we'll go and place that one there. So I think there must be a ghost around somewhere that is being a bit of a problem. Might just check also down for the rest of the fortress and just see if we've still got issues with the burials. How many? We've still got a lot of open coffins down through here. We're still building a lot of coffins as well. We do actually have a whole lot of the previous fortress, with the various people actually sort of in their coffins now. So there was a lot of death and destruction previously. That was another thing I did mean to do, was to look at the quick fort side of things, about setting these sorts of areas up quickly, but I won't worry about that one. Anyway, that's sort of that's the catacombs. Coming back up, this is ultimately going to be the. I'll just double check these. These are still being built as well, which is good. This is actually all of the. This is going to be the dungeon that we actually have down through here. With we've got bars essentially down through here, sort of so that they can sit inside their cells when we do get somebody. We're going to need to set up a like a different type of group in through here as well. We haven't actually got a hammerer, which will, and we also don't have a dungeon master. So these are two different areas that we will actually need to get somebody involved in these. So there are still dwarves that can be named, guys. If you're on Twitch, you can do the DasDemption. Of course, if your dwarf dies, which is likely, eventually anyway, you'll then get banned for half an hour. So that's so you got some skin in the game. But I do need to get a hammerer and I think I need to get both of these. I might just go back in here while we're here as well, just get some furniture. So they're going to need offices. This is actually what they require down this other side. We'll just go back into the furniture here. This has got a pretty big office actually. As you know, I won't do that one just yet. What I'll do is I'll just go back and put the doors until we actually know what they need. So we've got a door. I'll just keep on building, and we'll just go and do these with the planner. All right, so the doors can at least be then placed, and we can then go and place whatever we need for the actual for the hammerer and the dungeon master. So that's all done. So the dungeon is now set. This zone is all good as well. We've got big areas in through here where we're just trying to get more microline, but we've actually been able to get like a lot of that one. Let's just go back up the top of the fortress and start to just get ready for this top bit. Yep, so that is being done. That's been set up. Got another one coming in through here. Private Joe redeemed a custom reward. There we go. So I have to name you with your actual name. So it has to be Private Joe for the simple reason that if something goes wrong, you are then going to have to get banned. So there's no choice. It's just going to be Private Joe. What I'll do is I will actually create the dungeon master, and we'll see who we've got in through that one. Novice Schemer, he's the best one, so this will be you. So this is Nesteth, the fish cleaner, and so I'll just go across, and you can see there that he requires certain things. He requires a study, and he also requires a quarters, which he's already got somewhere else in the fortress, and he also requires the a dining room. So he actually needs the same sort of stuff as what the mayor has got with what we actually have. And what is he needing through here? One chest, one cabinet and he also requires one weapon rack and one armor stand. So I'll just keep on building through there. Prophet Joe's saying, but nothing is going to go wrong. It does go wrong indeed. So what we'll do is we'll just go back and find him. So our hammer dwarf is, where is he? It'll be a different colour now, I think, because he's now a noble. Oh, sorry, not the hammer dwarf. The where is he? Let's have another quick look at the nobles. Nesteth. Would have been blue beforehand. That's why I was just looking straight down into these. Oh, there he is. Yeah, now he's this grey colour because he's now a noble. So we'll just go across to him. Here he is. Going to make charcoal. Private Joe. Okay, there we are. So he is now the dungeon master. We're going to have to build more, actually. The hammerer as well, we're going to need somebody for that as well. I'll just start there. But he'll be sort of like our chief police officer in the fortress. Let's just go back down to the dungeon again. And so we'll build off, again, like a different area through here. And I'll just build... I've got space down here, so I might as well make it nice and big. I'll do it off the hammer. I don't know if the hammer needs all the offices and stuff. I don't think so. Let's just skip it this way. They're putting the doors in place. Just go back up the top again to see if that's been set up. Yes, it has. So now we actually have access to the top area through here. So we can actually now walk around this area. And I really just need to put the microline blocks. I'm just going to put them pretty much over the whole lot. So I'll start with a group in here. So we'll just go back into the settings. So if we just go back across into constructions, floors, and I'm just going to go in place. I'm going to hide the planner, keep on building after it, and we're going to build a smallish area here to start with microline blocks. Oh, there's only 49 of them. I thought there was heaps more than that. Right, this will be a bit longer in that case for us to go and do this. Oh, we can't actually access that. I can do it on the other side. So constructions, floor, and we'll just use the last used material. There we are. So we'll get those floors done. And then we'll start to sort of build over the whole lot. Yes, Private Joe saying, yeah, police officer, you're all screwed. Well, you're the best one we have. You're the only schemer in the fortress. Let's just leave all that where that is. I may rebuild a lot of the stuff that's under here as well at some point, but I'm not sure just when we'll do that one. Let's just go back down through the fortress. So what do we have? Needs microline. Right, so we need to actually mine more microline. So let's just go to one of the microline layers. So this is all dolomite. Microlines seem to be very prevalent at one stage, which is when we sort of started to plan for things. We do have microline on this layer here, which is an area that we haven't really done much with. We've got microline down through here as well. And lignite, which is important. Well, let's go and we've got dolomite there. It's a bit hard to sort of try to see the pattern of where all this ends up going. I might just build areas off here just to sort of mine them. Actually, just let's have a look down into our actual mines and see if there's any microline areas. This was microline at the top. it'll be going sort of like through a three-dimensional aspect of what we're doing as well. I'll just come back down to the, this is actually that goes down deeper into the fortress. Yeah, this is all claystone. Got granite down here. We're now too deep to have microline. It's all going to be sort of igneous type rocks, so it's not going to actually then work for us. This is like our mining area. Granite walls, granite down this way as well. A lot of galena down this deep. Gneiss, yeah, we're not going to have any more microline. So I better go back up the top and just find one of these microline layers and just start to dig it all out. So we do actually have more microline back over this side. Let's just keep on building, just sort of see if we can actually find more. So just for future areas, we'll just keep on sort of digging these out as well and just try to get more microline. Oh, I missed a trick there. I've sort of put them in the wrong spot, but anyway, that doesn't really matter. And that's all jet with dolomite. This is all microline and lignite down through here. A lot of lignite, which we are going to need mined out. Let's go and mine this out then in that case. Just get all of that done. And hopefully we end up with a few more blocks. So we need the microline blocks in the top, unless we put the middle of the fortress in some other sort of, might even do that actually, just use dolomite, the microline around the other side and then use some other sort of block. We have microline here, which we haven't really done anything with this particular layer. Got a few layers there in between. Maybe we'll actually sort of look at building out a different zone in here as well. Don't know what we'll use this one for, but we'll dig it out nonetheless. Trying to get more microline that way. Right, unpause. Very active fort. Hi Reinhard, how you going? So Reinhard saying Dolomite, wasn't that an AC/DC song? No, I don't know about that one. Hi Adrian as well. Yeah, Ross Slater saying, have you checked the audio sliders? They sometimes default reset to very low. I did actually have a quick look at that one. Have a quick look at the settings. Audio. So master volume, I try to keep that around about there. It's just nothing there at all, is there? I've got no idea why that's doing that. Why it's not playing. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, we'll keep on going. Return to the game. We're going to also need to get a, actually I'll just go back down to the dungeon layer, which is just here, and we'll smooth all this out now, just before we put the furniture in. I don't have a real lot of work to do. Let's go and make the hammer as well at this point in time, just so we can see who we have to sort of go and add in. So we've got, we also have Captain of the Guard, actually. That may be the main cop. If we just have a quick look and see, Novice Leader through here. We've got Darkwill, the Administrator. I won't do that, but we also then have the Hammerer. And there's no relevant skills. It really doesn't matter here, as long as they're not really military. So I don't really want to have anyone that is doing anything important. And the first one that we have that's probably not is this Herbalist. This one here, this Peasant. Might make that one the Hammerer. So Maymot or Obot. Let's make Obot the... all these different peasants that we actually have down through here. We may have to sort of chop and change them a little bit, I think. But let's just go to Obot, the herbalist. And they'll also then will need nothing, actually, so they don't need anything. So it must be Captain of the Guard. The Hammerer is sort of like the one who hurts, like, you know, basically deals out the punishment. So it might be Captain of the Guard that we do need. But Darkwill, it's only Novice. Now, I could make Obot the same person. So I could actually have Captain of the Guard as Obot as well. Yeah, that might be a way to do this, I think. I'll just go and throw that one in. So the Captain of the Guard also requires like studies, dining rooms, quarters, is sort of what it does require. Again, so it's the same sort of deal as the other one. So we'll dig out from the other side and make this the office of the Captain of the Guard. So they'll be the ones who deal with the justice system. And so we'll build the door here. Build those. We're going to need a bedroom. Okay, that's done. We're going to need a couple of tables. Back in there, a couple of chairs. That one. And then we need chests, a bit of everything else. So we need, if we just go back into here, back into furniture. So we've got chests and cabinets. Chest and cabinet. An Elvish caravan has arrived. Okay, they're not going to like seeing all the cut down wood. This is going to annoy them. So we'll just leave that one where that is. Then we've also then got a place in here the armor stands. So that's military, weapon rack, and an armor stand. Actually, I can do the same back over there as well. So weapon rack this way and armor stand. It's Maymot, the one that we were going to have as the potentially the Captain of the Guard or the Hammerer. Emu is reverted to a wild state, that doesn't matter. Struck lignite. We've got a cloud of creeping soot is nearby. Now we're not, oh yeah, microline blocks has been completed, that's good. Get this all smoothed out for these guys. Nice and fast. There we are. So if we just go back across on this other side, we need the same sort of deal in through here. So a table. chair, a bed, one chest, one cabinet, and that's all we need. Okay, so, and doors, actually, that's the other thing we need. Doors and hatches, so we'll pop them in there. Alright, so this is actually now, we can at least establish the offices that we require for these different guys. I think I'll make this the captain of the guards area, and then this one here, the dungeon master. So we'll go and add in, so we've sort of got getting like more units in through this other side. Actually, what have we got? We need to do, the first one is going to be an office there, and we need another office there. I just accept that one. Another office over this side. Accept. Next one we need is a dining hall. Another dining hall over here. Accept, and then we need a bedroom. And another one over this way as well. Alright, so with all of those things done, we can then just go to each of these. So this is going to be the captain of the guard. This is where they'll interrogate through this other side. So interrogations will happen in these offices. So we just go across. Now we can auto assign using DF hack. So we're going to go into captain of the guard. That's the sheriff. Yep, there we are. So we haven't actually named that one. If someone does want to have the sheriff, then they can, that one can be named. So this is going to be assigned to the captain of the guard. So OBOT can be named. Sheriff and sheriff. All right, then we come back across to this side. This is going to be the dungeon master, Private Joe. Oops, hang on, we don't want Monarch. Dungeon Master, there we are. Private Joe there again. And Private Joe, Dungeon Master. So their offices are now set up. We can go back into the Nobles area just to see, okay, everything has been sort of arranged. So that's all, it's all green, which means that everything's good. So we don't need to do anything at all with those guys. But OBOT can be named, if anyone does want that one. Hi Sev, how are you going? So Sev is moving away because of the YouTube buffering, sorry, the Twitch buffering. I wonder what that is. It's not, I don't think many people have that problem. Dingo has reverted to wild state. They're sparring, merchants have arrived and are unloading their goods. I don't know if I want to really deal with them all that much, to be honest. We'll sort of see how things work with that one. This is getting quite full. I might just go view the stockpile and then just paint more of an area for it. Trying to get more microline has been quite a difficult prospect. Yeah, we're digging this one out, but this is dolomite on this side, so we're not getting what we need. We've got dolomite there, just not getting. Oh, here we go. We've got some microline down this way now, which is good. So that's all fine. This has now been positioned. We better go back up and change the underground area. So I'm going to go and I'll put it in around here somewhere. So just go back in and go back to machines, levers, hide the planner. So we'll actually just go and place this one here. Mechanism there. And I want this one to be done, make it that a top priority just so we can watch it happen. Adrian has redeemed, there we go. So Adrian Sotier will be new, the captain of the guard. Which should be again in this sort of colour here, I think. Oh no, there it is, blue. It's a noble. Done. All right, so we've got, so that is now the new captain of the guard in there. Everyone else is doing what they have to do. That's all fine. Let's just go back up and go back up to that lever. So we need to make that a high priority. So here we go. Orangutang's library has just built that one. So let's now go and link this one. So link the lever through to the bridge down below. This one here. And we will do that now as well. So we just make sure that that actually happens very, very quickly. This is going to be called the top cavern, or cavern 1. Cavern 1. There we are. And so when we go back up the top, I'm just going to name that lever to cavern 1 as well. Where are we? There we are. That way at least I know exactly which, so all of these are named. Like that's the back lid bridge, this is the back inner door, inner block west, inner block east, and the main drawbridge. So I've actually got all of the bridges named. And so we just go through that one through there. Gratian saying, Daz, what game we really need is a Halfling Fortress. No, we don't. So there we are. Right, so we've got everyone sort of thumping along. Let's just go back up the top of the fortress again and just see how we're going up here. So we've already done all of this stuff. Now that we've actually got this access, I can then start to just build a little bit more constructions. We're just going to go back across to flooring, and we are going to select this after placement. We're just going to go to the dolomite blocks, and I can now just have it so that we just keep on using dolomite blocks here. So I'm thinking if we end up, I'll do the same down in here. That then will give me access, and I'm thinking what I'll do is ultimately end up, now this is going to be a bit of a problem. Yeah, I'm going to have a bit of an issue here. I'm going to have to make a staircase out here and then up. So I haven't really thought that one through all that well. I think what I'll do is I'll make a different material in the middle. So maybe we'll sort of go from about here across to here. And that's all I can do until we actually get all of that built. And then we'll sort of slowly build our way up in around the actual fortress up to the top. That'll do us. So we'll get that one done. So what I need to do is I need to go outside this area. So I'll just see if I can build another of the, not that one, build another of the constructions, stairs. Yeah, I can build it there. Now it's building it out of, I'm just going to go and cancel the construction there and cancel the construction there. I'll just make it out of materials that I can actually control easily. So we'll go stairs. In this case, we're going to select material after placement, and we'll just make this out of wood. So that one there, I ultimately don't need that. I'm going to have to destroy this one once we sort of get going. That will be replaced anyway at some point, but I will need to get rid of that one. But I need to come back in off the roof. Actually, no, I don't need this. I can still just do it because this is a layer underneath. Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm fine. So cancel that and cancel that. So I am actually okay here. I just replace that with a wall, and then we're fine. And that then gives me the roof anyway. Okay, so let's just keep it going there. We do actually have the traders have now come back in, and so they're ready to trade. What do we have in here? Nothing much in terms of finished goods. Well, let's trade with them, I guess. What do they have? Not much. They need an emu. Or dingoes. Okay, let's just go and move goods to and fro. So we've got cages. We've got badger boars. They're worth 40. Badger sows are worth 50. We do have an emu worth 100. This contains 4 items. I don't know what they are. So I won't give it that one. Let's trade a few of these badges, I think. Goblins aren't worth anything that we've caught. Badger sow. We just give them badges. Take all the badges with you. We don't need them. We don't want them. Funny, we don't have dingoes anymore. Must have sold all of them, I guess. Okay, so I think we've got some loose dingoes, but not in cages. That'll do. We'll just leave that one where that is. That'll be all we'll trade with these guys. Here we are. Broker requested. So he needs to then come in. Once he arrives, we can then trade. Oh, we do have dingoes. Anyway, let's go and trade now. So we have, just give them all of those badges. So they do actually have a bit more of a refined number there. And what do you guys want? Now these are wooden cages, so they may not like this. Anything good for us? Just food. You know, I don't think I really want this. We've got nuts. It's all just fruits and stuff. It's all crap. It's absolute crap. Forget it. What else do we want? Got leaves and fruits, and through here got some coconuts. Let's go this way, I guess. This is a bit nicer. Olives, apples. This is all right. They don't want to, like, they're making less profit. Let's just do the trade. Oh, I've got an ethics warning. Yeah, so they don't want to do this one. We'll offend the merchants. All right, so we won't do this. We're just going to go and unmark all. Yeah, we're not going to trade with them because we can't get rid of it. So we'll the actual cages that are there, we'll send back. We won't bother trading with them. So if we had copper cages and stuff, then that would be fine, but we don't. There's nothing else we can really do with that one. Oh, hang on, what have I done here? These are dolomite. I wanted to try to keep this all really nice and neat. I've done the wrong thing. Cancel construction. I will actually clean this up, actually. Sorry, guys. This is a pain in the bum. Just need to do it this way. We do have the the population to be able to go and do this. It's nice and fast anyway. Good, and then we just go and do the same thing here. Should be microline blocks. Done. Right, so I'll put the dolomite in the middle of the actual of what we're doing here. So if we go across now and set up the placing the constructions, the floors, and just make these out of microline blocks. Then we'll keep on making use of the same one. And I'll make it so that we end up coming in this size, I think. So we'll just go this way. And that will be fine. Once we get across to here, we can then sort of start to manipulate this as well. Now, this is a weakness at this point in time, but it's not something we have to worry too much about. They have to get onto the roof. They do actually have now sort of better like flying creatures and stuff, which is what they used to have actually back in the day. They used to come with their on their giant doom bats and stuff. Nice and quick, that's good. Right, so we've now got that established. We now want to go essentially back up across to the top area here to then leave a small area in the middle here. So we'll just go and position that now. Hopefully we've got enough. Construction. This will be under floors. Now we've got 3 off that one there, so it's going to have to be this size. I don't know why that chose that one. It's going to be, yeah, this is going to be microline blocks, I think. Just double check this. Ah, I've done the wrong one again. I'm thinking, oh, that's weird. I'm sure I chose microline blocks. What I can just do in here is I can just go back down to the tasks that we actually have, task information, and then we'll sort of see construct buildings. We'll then be able to pick the flooring. And so these are all just going to be, I'm just going to remove anything that's floor. All right, we've still got one that was then set up incorrectly. Okay, so do that again. I don't know what I did wrong there. Floor does have microline blocks. I've only got 3. Okay, that's why. In that case, what I'll do is I will use dolomite blocks in the middle of this. So we'll just go back into constructions, floor. So I'll make dolomite blocks go in this way. to there, and to that line there. So we'll go just dolomite. Don't have enough. Okay, forget it. I might create like a bit more of an intricate pattern in that case. So through the middle here, I will actually still have mainly things going this way, but then we'll just have like a pattern shape in through this other side. So I can sort of do all sorts of different things with this if I'm wanting to. And again, I'm just trying to make it look neat. That's really all I'm doing. I'm being a bit anal about it. But let's go into this other side. It's like material after placement. So I'm just going to go and place. I could either do like I might do a 1, then 2, then 2 type thing. So I'll start in the corner here with this one. Or do I start it even further back? I might start it further back, I think, and then we can sort of use the microline a bit better as well. So if we start it off, and I'll just go back in again, and I'm going to get rid of that. So it's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, that's not going to quite work, is it? So if we go 1, 2, 1, 2. No, it's not going to work. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got 11 through this other side. So we do actually have a pattern that we can create, maybe even from here. So if we end up with a block there, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, that'll actually work. And so I can actually just do it from this side and just leave another largish pattern just running through the middle there. So let's just go and do that with dolomite. So we'll place that one with dolomite in through that other side. So it's going to be dolomite, 2 dolomite in there. So let's just go and place those as well. And then we'll sort of use microline blocks in around this one as well. And again, it doesn't really matter if we screw this up. You know, we can wait until we've got everything that we actually need to do this one properly. I do want it to look nice and neat. So I'm just going to go into here and select material after placement. So I just go and place 2 dolomite blocks there. Dolomite block there. Two dolomite blocks there. And then we'll put, but I can't really get the microline once these are taken out. So I'll wait until these have gone out, and then we'll sort of fix all these up. All right. Oh, we've got Potash Maker has been possessed as well. I've got one of the war dogs out and about checking things out. So that's all fine. Let's just go and put more dolomite blocks back in here. Instructions, floor. Dolomite block. Dolomite block there. Now we should have a bit of microline that we can then start to position back in through here as well. We've got 4 microline blocks. That was 2. So we need to build more of those. Oh, that was sound, actually. We just had sound. So I don't know what else is going on there. Just realised. Hi, Yogs, how you going? Saying ethics warning from DF Hack. Where was that? Oh, yes, so that was before. So you're saying nice tower. Has the ballista seen any action yet? No, we actually haven't had a siege. Well, not in this iteration of the fort. This is actually our second go with this particular fort. This fort has already seen action and has fallen to the goblins once before, and so we've actually resurrected the fort. So we've actually come back in to essentially resettle it, and so we've actually now gone in and been able to rebuild a lot of what we actually had. So we actually have, actually I'll just quickly go back through all of these. That's all okay. Just double check that everything's actually happening. So we've got that's all fine. Hammer Lords. The creeping soot is still sort of outside. Won't worry about that one so much. Spearmaster is sparring. Yep, that's all okay. Dingo has forgotten its training. Yeah, taken by a mood. We're going to need to go and find out where Solon is. When those puppies grow up, they'll all be war dogs as well. Anyway, we'll just keep on sort of moving our way down. So we've got the ballista there. Actually, I don't even know if the ballista can fire down. I don't know if it has to be on the same Z layer as the gates, like almost as if it has to be in here somewhere. But we're not going to change that. Right, what else do we need to do? One thing I do need to do is to set up so that we actually end up with no trees growing around the actual fort. So I might just set that up. What should we do that with? Got bauxite blocks there. I might set up, actually, what other rock stocks have we got? Stone. That's rocks, boulders. I think it's boulders. Oh, come on. Nope, it's not boulders. Rock. Nope. There's boulders there. Oh, it's the actual name of whatever it is. Now we do actually have, well, we're not going to know exactly what that is going to be. Let's just go and again, just clear this one out. So we have siltstone in here. There's one that's been sort of stopped from being used. Dolomite down that way, granite, gneiss. We can actually end up with a lot of gneiss. Got a heap of galena and tetrahedrite now as well. We do actually have a bit of microline available. Oh, these are actually in use, so that's not going to help us. Siren's saying, I asked ChatGPT to make a DF hack script that would force a hair chance reroll if a dwarf shows up bald. I call it a dwarf gain, a playoff, a row gain. I don't know what that is. I have to get a new fort going to be able to test it on a few. That'd be cool, actually. It'd be interesting to have that one. So yeah, this is version 2.0 of this particular fort. So we've reclaimed it to then come back through, and we've made it much, much more secure than what it was. You've got all these microline blocks, so I think I'll just let that happen. Now we need dolomite blocks as well. We've got a lot of dolomite, so we'll go back up and we can always mine heaps of that. So I'll just go into my work orders, and we do actually have the microline blocks there. So we got that one as setting up. We're only making 3 of them at a time. I'll do the same thing for dolomite blocks. So we'll start to sort of make use of those now as well. And if we have a quick look and see what this one's set up, it's rock blocks is at most 300 and microline is at least 5, which is fine. So we'll just go back in and create another one of these using the Stoneworkers Workshop, and we'll make rock blocks. And we'll now just change it to dolomite. So this will be, we'll make 3 of these at a time. These get added in, like someone needs leather trousers, so it gets added in automatically using DF hack. So we'll make 3 rock blocks. This is the material details. This is going to be dolomite. because we have a lot of it, or we will have a lot of it. Where the hell are you? Oh, there it is. Right, I thought it'd be alphabetical. So if the amount of dolomite, oh, there we go. We can actually have dolomite blocks is less than say 60, and the amount of dolomite is greater than 5. That'll do us. So 65. I might even do even more than that. Might make this one 100. Now the microline ones that we actually have don't actually have microline blocks. So we'll go and we'll just go and leave that one where that is. If we go back up to the microline blocks, yeah, I do have the option there. So we'll make that. I do want this to be the main thing that we actually build the fortress from. So if we go, if the microline blocks is available is less than say 200, let's just go that way. And so I can ditch this one entirely, and then that will be essentially what we then need. So I'll just keep on trying to build microline as our main building material. So that actually then sort of satisfies that one a bit better than what we had there before. I did it sort of in the reverse order. That's why the microline blocks didn't show up as a requirement. Let's have a quick look and see if we've got everything else that we need. We've got a lot of gold. And that's, no, sorry, you've got a bit of gold in through here. Gold bars and a fair few gold bars there. We might start also making, if we just go back down into the forges, I don't think we can make any more forges. Let's just see if we can. So just go across to workshops. I've got furnaces. Where is it? Forges. Might be under here, I don't think. It's the smelters. And kilns. Metalsmith, there it is. So I've got 2 steel anvils, and we just need some sort of rock. And we'll do this one as well. That'll do. Right, we'll just get more forges going. Back in here, we don't actually have any requirements, but let's just go back in and set up, add new task. We might even start to remelt things down now and just get things going. Syrian saying Rogaine is a name brand hair treatment that's been around for a long time. Guess it didn't make its way down to Australia. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've never really bothered going bald. It's sort of one of those things where I went bald pretty early, like I was only 15. No, I wasn't really. I was in my late 30s, I think, late 30s or something like that. So when I started to go bald, and so I just ever since then I just shaved my head. So and it's never really worried me. So yeah, it's just funny. Shannara saying, "Hey, Daz and chat. Hope everyone is doing well. Thanks for that." Anyway, let's continue on with the what we're doing here. Yeah, we're going to go into other objects. We're going to make stuff out of silver still, and we'll just make a few more pedestals. Wish that would remember. I wish it was sort of like the top one was exactly what you just built. It would be really handy, actually, rather than to go through this rigmarole. Now, what we'll do is we'll also start to set up a few other things as well. Just get 2 of those. Add new task, other objects. We're going to make some stuff out of gold now. Gold altars. Add new task, other objects, gold, and gold altars. Trying to think of other things that we need that would actually create good value in the fortress. So that will be, we'll get those ones done. And that way we can sort of start to get higher levels. Yeah, these dingoes. So we've got the dingoes there. Why are they... These aren't something we can actually then get rid of. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's fine. We'll just keep on going with this. This has been claimed by Solon, who is this one here, possessed. We'll just follow him around for a little bit. He's coming in with something. He's going off and grabbing other materials. Piece of dolomite. There's a war dog charging around. The only thing we haven't really got in the fortress is glass. If anyone gets possessed and needs glass, that'll be a bit more of a problem. Another piece of dolomite. We also have the issue of the happiness with the dwarves. What we might do is we might sort of start to think about making a waterfall. Still going off. What do you need now? A piece of leather, guinea fowl leather. Still going. Okay. Piece of wood, ginkgo wood logs. And has he started work? Yeah, Moody Dwarf is now working. So he's now actually working away. So he is now building something. Who knows what it's going to be. The reason I made those silver pedestals is so we can sort of put all of the artifacts into the main meeting hall. Let's go and create. Let's just see if we can actually create something to like a waterfall type system. So we'll actually start to build something just while we wait for stuff to happen. None of those have been named. They'll actually have little squiggles on them if they've been commissioned or named. Yep, that's all okay. Poults have hatched. They've left empty-handed. And that's all fine as well. Let's just go back up into here. So what I'd like to do is actually have like a waterfall system in around here somewhere, just so that as the dwarves walk around, we have something going on. Now we do actually, I can still build it on maybe on this side. So I can actually build up from here into this zone. Now that's all just tetrahedrite, and this was chalk. So we've actually got an area there. If we come back up, this is now aquifer. If I just go into this way, you can sort of see we do actually have aquifer there. So if we build an aquifer run system, how are we going to do that? What's the best way? We can sort of set up like a bit of a perpetual motion machine. I'm just thinking if we do it over here, I can then sort of build it pretty much directly from in here, where it just comes down the walls, and we just keep on pumping it around. So we're going to have to go down this layer, then actually have like a piping system that ends up going somewhere else. One of the saying, have the dingoes eaten any babies? No, they haven't. So Syrian's saying, I've never made a mist generator before. That would be cool to see. It's pretty simple. Like it's simple to build if you've got water that drains off the map. This area through here is actually our well. And we could just dump it in there if that drains off the map, which it doesn't, or we're not 100% sure, but we don't think it does. And it's better for us to actually have a system where it just keeps on generating anyway. So it's going to have to be something where we end up with maybe a powered system. We're going to have to sort of have something powered, which is going to be a little bit more complicated. I think I'll make a closed system where we have to sort of think about the way it sort of does work. So I won't put it in there. as such. So that we've got a couple of layers there. So we do actually have the space to do this. If we end up with a system where it ends up pushing down through here, it'll then create a mist in this region. And so I've really got the workings that I can then go and place on this in this area to then start to have it. And I think this is the best place for it because there's a lot of people around in this particular zone. So, and then above that we've then got aquifer somewhere. Now we're going to need to power this. And if we have a system where if it overflows, it then goes into here, that would actually work well. So we could still make use of this layer as well. So we could actually have a pipe that runs out to here with whatever we do. Let's just start planning it and figure out what we need to go and do. So, because I haven't done this for so long, just go into the blueprint mode, and that will be our overflow to go back this way. So, so Adrian's saying, did you know that there is a way to get water out of the map? Build a fortification wall at the edge of the map and the water will go away. Oh, okay, yes. Actually, can you, I don't know if you can build directly on the map. You can carve it, I think. Or is it the other way around? Maybe it is build. I can't remember exactly which way to do it. But we do need, if we're going to do that, I'm not going to have enough flow to actually make it work with the aquifer. So I'm going to need to keep on recycling whatever's going to go on there. So we're going to need to have something where if it sort of gets too much, we're going to need like a reservoir in here. I'll just start sort of throwing in different shapes and we'll sort of then try to figure it out. Like that's going to be like a reservoir with an overflow that then goes back out this way if it's sort of, if that fills up. And then we need to pump it out. I've got little areas actually out through here that I could make use of. Maybe we do it a bit further in because I've got these areas on either side that we can actually then have with pumps. And what we're going to need, I'll just sort of show you the what we actually do need with this one. If we go back into building and go to machines and fluids, so we're going to need to get floodgates as well, so we can sort of then just open and close things. I wonder if that's actually how we do it. We can also have water wheels for running this. Now that's going to be, it's fairly long, like it's how long is it? 3. So it's three tall to go and do that one. So water wheels are a 1 by 3, and it has to be then aligned with the flow of the water. And again, that would actually be for powering. So we could actually have it self-powering. We can also then have a mechanism where the dwarves will then run it as well. So we've got one of those. We'll have a quick look and see what else we've then got. So we're going to need to get multiple areas sort of established. So you could end up with a perpetual motion machine that actually powers itself, that then generates the flow of water. We'll see if we can actually go and do that one, and maybe even the overflow then sort of works with that as well. So it's going to be a little bit convoluted. So we just go back to machines and fluids. So we've got the a screw pump. This is just a little 2x1, and so this one actually goes from one location down to another location, and it's got then mechanisms where we can then actually have things powered. So we do need to then sort of, so it sets a liquid flow direction below. Water flows from the adjacent input tile and from the tile below the input tile. So it sort of will, so this is where we need to have like an area that's one deeper than the actual, than the pump itself. So the pumps will then be what sort of then is powered by things like the water wheels, and will then just sort of keep on going. We might even try to build one as a test bed. And why don't we build it down in here, just as a just to test to see what we can actually. Oh no, that's actually got nicely enclosed. We could build a little area off the side and then just give it a bit of a go. We don't really have a lot we can do here as such. because of the way that we've structured that. Wow, that's only one layer, and then it goes straight down into the next cavern. That's really got nothing much there at all. Actually, that one we don't need. I'll just go and ditch that. I was trying to find out where the caverns actually were at that stage. And we've got another area down in here. So we actually have this area as well, which we could actually make use of this as a test area. Where's our mining? So we could just build one and just sort of see how things work. Actually, what's that? Crocodile. Yeah, there's our access in. So we do actually have water in here. Yeah, we can actually, let's start with this and just see if we can actually figure out the way that this needs to work. This is a lot further down than what we want it to be, so we'll ultimately need to get water from the top, which will have to be from the aquifer. But let's go and do this one here. So let's just go and test what we can actually then go and build. So we'll just go and build this one up into this zone. Oops, I don't need that anymore. And I still want to keep this one nice and secure, so I'm just going to go and dig across to there, and then I'm going to dig a channel there ultimately. Actually, I'm going to dig across. We have to dig a few channels to then get these sorts of things actually happening. So that's going to then come back in. So I'll have the working area that we work with in here somewhere. Yeah, we'll just get it going, and then we'll sort of figure out what to do. It's been so long since I've actually built this sort of stuff. I'm going to be fairly rusty. This is why I wanted to actually test it and try to get a perpetual motion machine working down in here, or a bank of them that we can then use for power. So we could then still start to power things in the fortress. So we can actually then build like a system of levers and stuff. Oh, we've got more migrants. Okay, we'll just go and click on OK and go back up and see who they are. Where are they? Here they come. So we've got ourselves a peasant, a gelder, useless, and this is another gelder. Nope, yet another gelder. Fish dissector, these are all really useless. Kid. Carpenter, that's useful. A bone doctor, awesome. All right, so this was going to have to be one of our doctors. Another dwarven child. Few animals, and who are you? Actual doctor, great. And who are you? A potash maker. Gee, we're getting a lot of dwarves in here. A shearer, glazer, peasant, kid, presser. Geez, we've got a big fortress now. Stoneworker. Weaponsmith, awesome stuff. Another kid. Oh, here we go. We've now created a pigtail skirt. So we'll actually go and place that one. We've got a peasant there. Still more coming. Peasant. Wow, there's so many. Animal caretaker. And that looks to be it, I think. All right, so we've got a pigtail skirt. Okay, so we'll just keep that one there. Migrants have come. That's okay. Everything else is looking pretty good. We're up to 84. Geez, when this siege comes, it's going to be a big siege. We're going to need to get more things built, I think. Okay, we've got emu training methods now sort of getting under control. So let's keep on, let's go back to the hospital. So we'll just go to F4, F5, 6, yeah, this is the hospital here. So we've got, this is our bone doctor, has now come back in, but we need to go in and actually set who is going to be doing different things in through here. So we'll just go have a look at the details. So we actually have a few of them. We've got the bone doctor down in here. I can make him a dedicated bone doctor. But we'll have a look and just see who else we have. This one's only, he's only a novice. But this one here, so shows is actually a full-blown, he's good at doctoring. And we'll go back to the bone doctor and just make the other one into a novice bone doctor. So he'll be a specialist. All right, so we've got a lot of doctors that can now operate around the fortress. The beds, everyone's just using these. We've run out of bedrooms. We are going to have to sort of sort those things out as well. Let's just do that while we're up this area. So we've got the bedroom layer in here. We haven't actually set this one up. And just one thing where I don't really understand how to use the DF hack command for quick fort. Apply layout blueprints for your fort. So if I go into here, I've got a dig and a build blueprint. So I need to go and build one of these blueprints. Build mode blueprints will use DF hack building planner material filter settings. So if we go back into, let's just try that one. If we try, what was it again? It was the build mode blueprints will use DF hack building planner material, which I'm not sure what that is. So we've got a selected blueprint there. Let's just try for it, I guess. Building plan. So this is plan building layouts with or without materials. Building plan allows you to place furniture, constructions and other buildings regardless of whether the required materials are available. This allows you to focus purely on design elements so that while you're laying out your fort and deters items production concerns more convenient. Building plan is an alternative to the vanilla building placement UI. It appears after you've selected the type of building, furniture or construction that you want to place in the vanilla build menu. Building plan then takes over for the actual placement step. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So how do we do it? So usage, building plan, so print a report of current settings. Building plan set bold as false. Okay, building plan reset, building plan ignore. How do we do it? Once you have selected a building type to build in the vanilla build menu, the building plan placement UI appears as an overlay widget covering the vanilla building panel. So is that something that we then use? For basic usage, you don't need to change any settings. God, it's complicated, isn't it? Let's just go and see what that does. If we go back into furniture and bed, keep building after placement. So that's there's nothing. I can't see anything else there. Oh, that is building plan. So how do we specify it? How do we capture this? I'll just go and actually type that one in and see if that one works. Building plan, enter. Use blocks, use boulders, use logs, use bars. Plan constructions on tiles with existing constructed floors and ramps when using box select yes. Ignore building materials in burrow none. I'm not sure how to do this. Just see if any of you guys know. Just reading the comments here to see if there's a way out of this one. To because I know I can actually set it up so I could just automate it, and I would like to learn this. Building plan is enabled. Plan constructions on tiles with existing constructed floors and ramps using box select. I'll just try that one more time. Would have thought there'd be some sort of GUI interface with this one. Creatures, locations, artifacts. Yeah, okay. That's not it. Well, it is building plan, isn't it? I should be able to do it from the actual build menu. So how do we use it? Set all settings to their defaults. Okay, that's the settings, global settings. Hobby off, how are you going? I'm trying to figure out how to use the building plan system. Okay, so when you plan constructions, allow building on already built constructions. For example, if you're planning a wall, you will be able to place it on an already built floor. This matches vanilla behavior. Blah, blah, blah. These settings are saved with your fort, so you'll have to set them up once. Building placement. Once you have selected a building type to build in the vanilla build menu, which is what we're using, the building plan placement UI appears. Actually, this is just planning, what we do anyway. So it's not going to help us. So if we go back to the quick, where is it? Quick fort. And have a quick look in here. So load new blueprint. We've got no blueprints in through there. Build mode blueprints. We'll use DFHack building planner material filter settings. Okay, that's okay. So I think you can make bedrooms, etc. quickly. Yes, that's what I want to do. A bunch of good for nothings migrated to Fortress 2 doctors though. So it's not a future of it. I use it for the dig. The dig menu is really, really useful. And I'd like to just figure out how to use this one as well. If I go back into there and then go and I can load or delete. But I should be able to set it up. How do we set it up? Load new blueprint. Reposition the mouse. This is actually how we build it. Let's do a quick fort in the launcher and just see what it says. Quick fort. Apply layout blueprints to your fort. So Quick Fort reads stored blueprint files and applies them to the game map. You can apply blueprints that designate digging, build buildings, place stockpiles, mark zones, and more. If you find yourself spending time doing similar or repetitive tasks in your forts, this tool can be an immense help. Note that this is a command line tool. Please see the GUI Quick Fort if you'd like a graphical in-game view for selecting, previewing, and applying. But we need to build it. You can create the blueprints by hand. See the Quick Fort Blueprint Creation Guide for details. Where the hell is that? Or you can build your plan for real in DWARF Fortress, then export your map using GUI Blueprint. GUI Blueprint, there we are. This way, okay, so let's try that one. Let's go and do, I didn't think I saw a GUI Blueprint in here, but we can actually just go back into here and do graphic user interface, blueprint. There it is. So this one, record a live game map in a quick fort blueprint. So the blueprint plugin records the structure of a portion of your fortress in a blueprint file that you or anyone else can later play back with QuickFort. So usage, so we've got the name, so all parameters are optional, but if specified they will override the initial values set. So starts the GUI user interface with default initial values. Okay, so we can get started with that one, and then we can actually just go and GUI blueprint, tavern, dig, and build. So we've actually got sort of like different areas in through there. So that's the phases and then the options. So start the blueprint GUI with the blueprint name preset to tavern and dig enabled. All right, let's just go and run it and see what we end up with. So this is it here. So select the first corner with the mouse. So I'll just go back up through here so I can actually just go into this sort of zone. So this is actually the map that I want. Well, any one of these. So this is all been set up. So warning may override. So the name is, so I can actually set the name. Let's just go to N, and I'll just change this one to bedrooms. Okay, so it's now going to be the new name. Phases, auto detect, that'll be okay. Engraving off, captures engravings. I want to have S is going to be smooth on. I'll just leave it on and we'll just test it a little bit. Format, minimal text.csv. So file output format will be, that's fine. Playback start unset. Choose whether the cursor should be positioned when replaying the blueprints. I'll figure that one out later. Meta combine blueprints that can be replayed together and split blueprints into multiple files. No, we'll just keep on this one through here. So select the first corner and then we go this way. Here we go. This is cool. And so we just select the second corner with the mouse. Yep, so generated blueprint files. That's done. So let's just see what we end up getting with that one. So if we now just go back across into QuickFort. So that's done. That's been completed. So GUI QuickFort. And there's bedrooms. Dig, smooth, build zone. Let's try that. So we go this way now. We load the new blueprint. So L. Oh no, that's not it. Do that again. God, we will eventually get there. So I'm guessing this is what we need to do. I probably should have just gone with build, to be honest. So load new blueprint, enter. There's a lot of crap here. Let's see what we end up with. I like it. I like it. All right, that's good. Then we can go back across. We can go to transform. So I'm just going to go to T. And then I've got the different sorts of transforms where I can then do different things. So if I go and press that way, we then end up, it's counterclockwise. I don't want that one. I'm going to go this way, flip vertical for this other side. That didn't work. I'm not sure what it's done there with the why it's picked up so much stuff. Just try that again. Equals. Flip horizontal. Actually, flip vertical doesn't matter. So that's actually, I'll just go back again. Yeah, there we go. Done. And done. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so that will now just, okay, that is actually pretty good. I won't remember how to do that, but at least it sort of works. Now, I don't think it's doing anything else, but the smoothing, we can even sort of get it so that it actually will then go and dig. So it's the 3 commands that it actually made. It made a dig command for the shapes. It made a smooth command for everything that has to be smoothed. And then it created a, and I probably should have gone further out with what I did there. I might just set this one up a little bit neater, just so we end up with the with everything built for digging from this point here, with smoothing all the way out. So let's try that. So let's just go out and now that we know what we're doing, so we just go back across to GUI Blueprint. So Blueprint, enter. So name of the blueprint. I'm just going to go and call this one bedrooms again. Yep, warning may override existing files, that's fine. Phases, now I've got, this is now I can go into things like dig, construct, place, carve, build, zone. I'm going to go smoothing on. So we'll go and, we won't do all, we'll do them all off, and if I can then just come back in, we want to do dig, we want to do, I'm guessing place. There's no, oh, there's build. Yes, we're going to dig and build. Let's just go and do those two. And smoothing on, which I'm not sure if that comes down to carving. I'm thinking it must be. Let's go that way. Playback, yeah, that's okay. Meta on, combine blueprints that can be replayed together. Split, yeah, that's okay. Select first corner, so we'll now choose back out up here. And I need to get this one across. Oh, hang on, there. Actually, I'll just get rid of that for a second, do that again. I just couldn't quite pick up the area. So you need to at least have this set up in through this other side. So we'll just go back into Blueprint again. GUI Blueprint, enter. This is cool actually. So name, it's going to be bedrooms. Oh, I did it wrong again. Bedrooms, sorry, Blueprint. In bedrooms, okay, that's fine. The phases will be all off, but we'll do dig, carve, and build. So we'll just do those. The oh, gee, this is actually cool, isn't it? So they've done so much work with this. Everything else is actually okay. So we now go and dig that one down to here, and so that's the full thing with all the smoothing done. So generated blueprint files, so enter. And if we now go back into the quick fort, bedrooms, if I carve. So we don't need the carve. So we then got the, yeah, so we get, goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So carving is not what we require. I'm not sure how we can get rid of this one. Anyway, that's okay. But I now actually have, at least I've got like everything that I require to just keep on now building lots and lots of bedrooms. So let's go and keep on building. Well, we were going to use this area through here, so we don't want it. So we want to sort of end up with another. Let's go and dig further up, and I sort of need to. I'm going to be wanting to move even further out. You know, you can actually build them a lot with a lot more on the outside edge. Let's go and do that. So let's just go out and build these little corridors out a little bit further, and build another group of bedrooms, just so we've got like heaps and heaps of bedrooms. So we now go back into Quick Fort and go and set that one up. So we've got, oh I mean, the smoothing is not really a big problem, but if we just go back into quick fort again, so we're going to go bedrooms dig, load, yep, that's going to be okay. Double click to select it, and then we've actually got this area through here. Now we've also already got the transform flipping, so that's going to be equals to just get it back into this other side, and we're just going to keep it going essentially so that it ends up there and there, and then we flip, so just press the equals, and there and there. That's pretty cool. And if I wanted to, I could actually then also have it so that we end up like if we go counterclockwise, is that one? Yep, that's that one there. So if I come back up with another group back up this other side, I can then start to build them from a corridor which runs up this way. So let's just go and build even more of them up this way. And I'll allow for more of a corridor running through the middle there again as well. So that's on the same level there. I'm not going to need this many, but I'll just get them prepared. I might as well at least have it all sort of just sitting in here. So that gets pretty much all of that done, and then we've just got all of these ready to roll. I really like this. And then be off saying, damn, I'm going to have to learn how to use that. It seems so useful. Yeah, it's actually really cool. I mean, just was thinking I probably should actually do like a little tutorial on how to actually do it, because that is like, once you've actually built something that you're going to be doing a lot of. For example, it could be taverns, it could be temples, but bedrooms in particular is always something that you always end up with the same pattern of bedrooms. So bedrooms is, I think, the classic. Maybe even workshop layers. You know, like you could do the whole lot. That's very, very cool, actually. I'm glad I persisted, because I was not going to. F2. We'll just get back up into here. Oh, I haven't actually set my my pedestals out yet. So we need to get the silver pedestals that I think we've got a few of them down the other side. So we'll just go back across to build, furniture, display cabinets. You've got 7 of these. Just get all of these down in here, just so we can all the valuables, which makes it quite dangerous. Oh, here we go! Awesome, awesome, and I think we're now perfect timing for this. If it's on the unless it's sort of down in the deeper layers, in which case we shouldn't have to worry about it. So the Forgotten Beast. So Oren Isle Sarek has come, a gigantic hairy sauropod. It has a spiral shell, and it squirms and fidgets. Its river blue hair is long and wavy. Beware its poisonous bite. So we're just going to click on OK. We'll pause that one and have a bit of a look. So let's have a look and see what this. So it's actually got a poisonous bite, and it is on this layer. Okay, this is. I'm glad that we actually had set up the area. Now, one thing we don't know about is if this thing can actually smash its way through doors. I don't know if they fixed that. This has actually been a problem with the Forgotten Beast for a long period of time. If it wanders around and makes a beeline for our fortress, then we'll know that it does, and we're going to have to then flick the switch. So it's 505 years old. Doesn't feel anything. Again, we're just going to have the same description back in through there. It's moving directly across to where? It's coming straight through. Now, what we have to be careful of is, will it beeline? Where's our area? Will it get into here? So if it starts to come up this way, it's going to be wanting to come in this door. So I think if we have a bit of a look to see where it has to go around, it looks like it is. Looks like it's actually trying to to get there directly. So it's sort of moving its way across. I'll let it go a little bit further, but it looks like it now breaks open doors. Nope, it's wandered off a different way, in a different direction. In that case, it looks like maybe it doesn't do doors. So Began has given another gifted sub. Thank you very much for that, Began. It's very, very much appreciated. And Boland's saying I have factory games for tinkering and then pasting everywhere. So it looks like it can slip through the diagonal. Yeah, they can get through any diagonals. Diagonals don't really sort of worry it. So these sorts of areas are not a concern. It's now moved off the location, but it will still be on this area of the map. I think what we'll do is let's just go and flick the switch, just so that we don't have to worry about it. So we'll just go and pull the lever, do it now, and so somebody will just come by and pull that. There we go. And if we just go down to F5, that will then raise. There we are. So it shouldn't be able to break through now anyway. So that's sort of now kept all this fairly secure. But and I feel that our military would be able to take it down, but it's just going to be a little bit of a concern. Now we do actually have a lot of stuff outside here still. I'm not sure what will happen with that. We can't do much about it. Let's just go back down to the layers that we were looking at before. Now we were trying to get, which one was it? This one here. Let's go back to plan A again and start to sort this one out. Oh, hang on. One thing I didn't do was I didn't set up the zones. So, yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if you can do that with the building planner, with Blueprint. In fact, let's have a quick look and see. GUI launcher, Blueprint, GUI Blueprint. Enter. So the phases, dig, construct, place, zone. Yeah, it does. Well, that's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want. So, so I might go back up. Actually, I'll just come back up to the top, and we'll. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't actually use the WASD keys. I can do use the middle mouse button. Okay, that's useful to know. Let's just go back up to our bedroom layer again, and we'll reset. Hospitals would be another good one to dig. Now I don't want that. Just bear with me. I'm just going to go and remove this one for now. Yeah, I think that'll, and then we'll dig that one back in again afterwards. So we've got the, again, just Blueprint. GUI Blueprint, there it is. Enter. Name will be bedrooms. The phases will be dig, build, and zone. We won't worry about carve. Smooth, it's easy, but I'll get that as well. So that way, these will be the ones that we then create. And it's as simple as click on that one, click on that one. Done. So now if we go back into Quick Fort, we should then only have those different commands. So if we go into Quick Fort back in through here, so we've got bedroom smooth, carve, construct, and place. We don't have dig. I'll do that again. Bedrooms, phases, dig on. Maybe I went the other way. I did the opposite of what I needed. Carve off, place off. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And smooth on. So dig, build, zone, and smooth. Now, if we have a look, dig, build the zone for it. So I can actually just go straight to this one now and go down. Oops, hang on, where are we? Do that again. Quick fort. I'm filtering. Build zone. I can just double click it. And so this is actually the zone, and we've still got this flip. So I'm just going to go back and just make them go back the normal way. So that's going to be no transformation at this stage. So because I haven't actually built the zones down this way, so if I just go and place them there, did that work? Don't know if it did. Not sure why there's all this other stuff. Let's not do that. I won't worry about that one. That looks like it's a bit. Oh, it sort of already had them. I'd already set this up. Maybe I'd set it up earlier. That's weird. Okay, well, yeah, that's strange. It looks like it's actually. I think this was from the previous one. It's actually picked up the zone designation that we actually had. I'm just going to go into. I'm just going to do manually bedrooms, and I'm just going to go into multi and just select all of this anyway. That way we just pick everything. Just automatically then go and do it. Again, it's easy enough to do that one without having to worry about the zones. So we'll leave that one where that is. Okay. Partitions. Oh, hang on. So we do need to have location that must be built and furnished with the new position appointed by you. I haven't even been looking at these. Guild Hall for the Tool of Dusk. Farmers Guild. We'll approve that, and we'll approve this as well. So we need to now start to go into a higher level fortress with what we are doing. We've got one thieving or mischievous creature back out through here. Well, the Forgotten Beast will take care of that, I would hope. Let's not worry too much about the what we have to then go and do. Let's just go and sort this out for now, where we're going to then end up with the with this one coming back through. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to channel down, and we're going to be wanting to have like a bit of an area we can then play with. So let's just go and bring in a bit of a zone. So we'll just go in and build a channel. Actually, which way should we do this? I'll dig it off the side. I'll dig this one in here. Then we'll sort of play with it in here a little bit. And then we'll end up, we'll need to channel it out. Actually, I might even do it further up this way a little bit. Actually, no, I won't do that. I'll just go designate this for now. How do we want this to work? I want this to be a secure area for water. So I do need to dig a channel down, but I need an area for working on this. Yeah, then when we can block that off as well. So I'm just going to dig a channel down there. And ultimately we'll then need to dig out to here. That'll be okay. All right, we'll do it this way. So we'll set this one up. I'll just allow them to come in and dig all this out. So I'm just trying to get it so I can get like water into here to start with. Then we'll figure out the best way. Once we've got a secure area for water, we can then start to play with it. I was petitioned before, priest for the brother of ends. I'll approve that as well. We'll eventually get there. We've now got 3 petitions we need to fulfill. We don't have to worry about the Forgotten Beast. The miners must all be up just making their bedrooms, I think. They'll eventually get there. Yeah, so still just mining away. Okay, I've done all this. I'll smooth all this out. Earth. Oh God. Okay, that's okay. I didn't even realize that we actually had, this is our way down into the fortress. I didn't even realize that that was the case. That's not going to matter. There's nothing else. There's nothing of value in there, so that's not really a problem. So I was just thinking, how on earth did that one get done? We didn't connect it all up. That's a bit of a trap. What we might do is just, I'll leave it open. It's not going to hurt us. Comes everyone to do the smoothing. Petition now. Wants to reside for entertaining. So Stro, a friend buttered. Yeah, well, let's approve that one. We've got a lot of people to be entertained now, and if it makes people happy, that would be good. We've got a fair few unhappy dwarfs. Started raining. Human bard. Yep, there we are. Could be a criminal for all we know. We'll eventually have crime that we'll have to then go and sort out. Okay, we can smooth all this out as well. Okay, a lot of bedrooms, but we've still got a lot of building to do as well. We might go to the workshop layer, and which is, oh, a snatcher, protect the children. All right, so where do we got that one? Let's go and pause that one for a second. And where are you? Oh, he's been caught. So goblin. Now, if there's one, there'll be more. So there's going to be a lot more that we have to then go and deal with. Another one is actually, there's an emu in a cage there. You have to be careful. Let's have a quick look and see if there's anything else that we need to worry about. Others. They're caged. So there'll be more coming. I think what we'll do is let's go out to here, because this will be probably where they're going to be coming in, I would think. And let's just go and patrol up to this area with one of our groups. So we'll go and use the second group, the Roar of Rage, and get them out to deal with these. So we'll just go in and station them up in here. Snatcher, yes, we're going to have even more. Where's the next Snatcher? There's a kid, which is what we don't want them doing. Where's the next Snatcher? Whoa, that was lucky. So we almost would have got the kid. Now there'll be another one around, so I'm thinking we're going to lose this child. Let's have a look and see who we're dealing with here. Because they don't just come in ones or twos. This is Newcomb, 8 years old. A dabbling milker, dabbling planter. If we have a look and see relationships. Adrian Sotir is the mother. The father is Ilul, paternal grandmother, Erin. So battle mode is the older brother. Von Schweinhund is the uncle. So these are ones in the fortress. So the father isn't in the fortress, nor are the grandparents. There are other brothers that haven't made it here yet. Cousin, you've got a cousin here, and then just passing acquaintances with a few of the others in the fortress itself. So yes, this is going to be the captain of the guard's kid is right here. Now let's just watch and see what actually happens. Will is it she or a he? A she. Will she make it inside? So we'll follow her with a bit of interest. It's moving outside. Here they come. Here comes the others at least. So they're there. I think we're safe. So there was only two. Yep, we're past that now, so that's fine. Okay, emergency averted. So these guys are now just waiting for everything to actually occur. More kids wandering around. It's nice having the cages set, so they've now been caught. I don't think there's much else we have to worry about now, so I think we're sort of done. All right, let's make sure that's been reset. It has. That's been reset, and that's been reset. So we should be safe enough to turn this one off. So no special orders, that's fine. So back in they go. Ah, hang on now. We've got the top of the fortress again. We haven't actually gone up there for a little while. And we should now have a few more blocks to position things, I hope. Instructions, floors. This will be microline blocks. Here we've got a few blocks now. And just get this pattern sort of sorted with everything that we've got. Get that one in. Not sure, we must be getting close to the end of this now. Get those built over the top. All right, so we've got those, and then we've got, these are dolomite blocks. So we'll just go and build more of the pattern with the dolomite. Dolomite blocks, and then we'll just keep on using these out of dolomite. That's all we can do for now until we get a bit closer. Actually, I've got microline there that I can place. Oh, look, I'll worry about that afterwards. Okay, we're getting this little pattern happening now. And we'll go back to floors and select the material again. This will be out of microline blocks. We've only got 6 of these left at this point in time. So we need more. All right, let's put a dolomite block in the middle there. Oh, we can still put even more of it up. Won't work, and then we just need more microline now just to fill some of these gaps in. More petitions. Again, I'll prove a few of these things now just so we can sort of get a bit of crime happening. So that was a human dancer is now visiting as well. So a few things that will now start to sort of entertain the everyone. All right, so we've got this sort of pattern on top. Might even just, for the sake of it, just dig a little bit more out this way. So we'll just go in and all right, it's now early summer. Surprised we haven't actually had a siege, to be honest. I would have thought we would have had sieges by now. I'm guessing, look, with the snatches, that's the like there's a chance it can be either a snatcher or a siege. I think we've just been sort of unlucky in the case that we've only gotten snatches. But it could be, unless there might be 2 waves of ambushes, and then you can start to get the waves of sieges. But I feel we're ready. I feel we're sort of ready to go now with everything we're doing. We've got ducklings as well now. That's interesting. Okay, so these have now been set up. I'll just go and position these with more of the floors, dolomite blocks. And we've now got a few more microline blocks, so I'll just go and position a few more of those as well. Oh, actually that's microline, we've got 9, okay. getting there slowly, but we need to get more microline. Let's just go down and start to dig a bit more of that if we can. This one's had puppies again. Need these to grow up so they can get more war dogs. Let's just see if she's still got a rotten leg, actually, that dog. Still injured. If we just go back to health, description. Yeah, it's still rotten. The right rear leg must be very painful, I would imagine. I cringe every time I read that. It's not good. Now we do actually have the goblins that we've caught are in here. Animals that we've caught are up in through here. So we've got a fair few of them that we can then go and sell next time. So they've just been slowly being collected. Lots of puppies. These puppies in through here are healthy. Are they? Yeah. Resist sickness. I can't change these yet into war dogs until they grow up. Let's just go back up to this other side. So any puppy that's not actually part of the zone, that's actually up in here. Might just make this zone bigger. All right, accept, and so the one dog we want to keep back that way. It's just the new puppies. Stray puppy, stray puppy. That's it there. Now there is a dingo pup. So we've started to actually now get more dingoes. That's interesting. They've actually seen the pup there rather than the actual full-blown dingo. I don't know if I think if we get one of these, so they don't have to be then trained, like they are trained automatically. Well, it's trained but not tame. Yeah, I'll leave that one where that is. Yep, there we go. Giving birth to the puppies. Let's get back down and skip on. Oh, there we go. It's still wandering around. It's close to our territories now. What's it up to? Climbing trees. It's very, very agile. Do we catch it? Why not? Why don't we catch it? Let's get a zone in here that we can then sort of make use of. I think that would be good. So we'll make a cage for it in here, I think. I don't think it can actually break open doors still. I think that's still a bug with all of this. But let's go and dig that out. It's very, very fast. More microline as well, which is good. Let's go and build a drawbridge here, just for safety. Constructions, bridges from the bottom. So I'll make that one there. Actually, we don't want that out of dolomite. Just going to cancel that construction. Okay, so Syrian saying, I was just about to ask if we've confirmed if the door breaker bug was still there or not. I guess we'll find out shortly. Yeah, it seems to like I had it open. I had it basically where this one was, where it could have smashed open here, and it didn't do it. So I think it is still a bug. I don't think it's working. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. What we might do, yeah, we'll bring this one in. I'll just figure out what to do with it once it's actually in here. So let's just go and capture it. Got all this dolomite in here as well, which we wanted to get out of there. Just go and build again that other construction, the bridge from the bottom. Select the material afterwards. Oh, I've only got one there. All right, we'll just go that way. And we need another, if I just go back up to F2, I need another of the bridges in through here. I've got cavern 1, and I'm just going to do the a different one. Whoops, wrong one again. Machines, levers. That'll do. And this one is going to be, actually I'll wait till it's built and then we'll rename it. F5, yeah, F5 is down this way. So I think it would actually target this if it could. Oh, here we go. Now got an Etten. This will be cool actually. This is actually very, very different. An Etten, you've got different beasts. Like this is sort of like a mega beast, but on the above ground. So this is Osnung Resumd Posu. So this is actually going to now we're going to have to deal with this. So what we'll do is we'll try to capture it if we can. So has come a giant humanoid monster with 2 heads. Just go and click on OK. There's different titans. If you have a titan arrival, and this is sort of like a low-level titan, we'll just go and click on OK and then quickly pause because we've got a lot of work to do now. Go and do this with this one. So this one's now arrived very close to our fortress. So the Etten has now arrived. I'm going to actually allow it to go into this area of the fortress, not here, but I'm going to lock this door down. Actually, hopefully we don't have anyone else inside. So we need to now activate the the safety zone. So we'll just go back across. We'll open up this one and activate the civilian alert. We will actually just quickly go and have a look at the civilian alert. Now I've allowed them to work in there, and I don't want this to be the case. So I'm going to go and get everyone off everything. That's going to be still okay back in that side. Let's just go and repaint this burrow. So we're just going to go in and eradicate all of this for now. So we'll allow them into these sorts of zones, and we'll just have a quick look down through the fortress to make sure that everything else is okay with all the other workings that we've done. That's interesting. I hadn't made that all safety zone. Oh, hang on, that's eradicating. Go back in and recapture all of this. I don't want to make that safe zone, but that's now all been set up. That's okay. So actually we'll just go back to more. Next layer down, that's all okay. So that's all been established. And then we'll try to trap the Etten in amongst this sort of area if we can. And then we'll figure out a way to then go and deal with it afterwards. Maybe we release it if the goblins do, if the siege does come. Next layer down is fine. And we'll eventually sort of get those things built. That's okay as well. That's fine. That we're not really doing anything with at this stage, but I might as well make all of this safe, just in case we end up needing to mine more microline, which looks like we do actually have a fair bit of it there. That there, we need to get all of this into being a safe zone. Okay, that's all it. This area is okay. It's funny, like every time you start building, you just got to keep on getting more and more. This is safe. Getting that one down into these zones. What I can do is flood fill. I think, or maybe not. Flood fill. So Control F. 2D. I'll just do that. There we go, that's just now picked up all of that zone, all of that zone. So I can then just at least just get the, when I've got sort of unusual shapes and stuff, just keep on going down, flood fill that. This has now been dug out as well. I'll play with that in just a minute. That's all safe. So flood fill is useful for this, you know, for just capturing areas. We do actually have some zones in here where we're sort of trying to mine a little bit deeper. I can actually go to 3D fill. Let's just go and do 3D fill. That way it'll actually then fill in everything that we've got left over. So it's sort of now just capturing all the stuff that we had as deep as it goes. So that's everything done. Right, so that's fine all the way down to the bottom. So we'll just come back up and accept and just leave it. Right, so that's now done. So the Aten, we do need to, we've got the civilian alert, that's going to get everyone inside, if there is anyone outside. Well, we're going to raise the drawbridge initially. Just go back up to F1. This drawbridge here we're going to raise, so this is actually the main drawbridge. Pull the lever, do it now, so that will then sort of stop it from coming in the other side. We're going to allow these to stay open for a little while, and then we're going to activate these as well. And I don't know if it gets caught in cages or not. If it does, then that's fine, but I'm not sure if it does. The military, got to think about where we want them to go. Initially, it could be dangerous at the top of the fortress, so I'm just going to go back up to F1. I'm just going to place them on this area, so we'll just go back across to our first squad and get them to station here. Alright, so that way at least we'll be sort of ready to react if it does somehow make its way into the top of the fortress. And in the meantime, we'll then also just have this one ready to go, and hopefully it comes down into here where it then gets trapped. I think that's all we need to do. So I've got a human crossbow that's visiting. Our military should again be able to take care of this, but it's going to be a bit dangerous. Now this is Osnung Resum Dospo. Osnung. Let's have a look and see if we can find it in the Legends mode. Let's have a bit of a look and see. So if I go back out, I'm pretty sure I exported out the Legends. before I sort of started this fortress. Downloads, games, DWARF Fortress. This is 2025, Legends Viewer. See what we end up with. So this is the land of man in the year 300. It's not the, so it's an old version, but he'll still be around from that period. So this is actually before the siege that we had last time. You know, it's funny. I really thought that I'd actually exported it out. These are the world exports that we actually have. You've got 304. This looks like it's the one, doesn't it? Let's just go and load that one in and see what we end up with. Although, no, it looks like it's this one here, actually. So I think it's from a previous run. Yeah, it's that one there. Let's just go and select a new one. So we've got this one here. Just try this one and see if that one works. No, it's not the one that we wanted. Okay, so this is the only one I've actually got from the Land of Man, which is the one that we're playing on at the moment. I should have actually exported Legends with the, before we actually settled this one. Right, let's go and explore. So, what was his name again? If we go back into historical figures, is that him? That'll probably be it, I think. If we just go back into, again, the society, historical figures, yeah, this is all the everything. Eton, will that actually be captured? The Eton. This will be him, Osmos, I think. So we've got a few Etons, or Osnung. Osnung flower driven. I think that's him. Let's have a quick look and see again. Osnung, yep. So Osnung, the Eton Osnung. So let's just go back across again, just to have a quick look at the Legends viewer. Osnung, this would have to be him. So flower driven, the famous dabbler. So this is a novice armor user, so not very good at using armor. Novice shield user as well. Enemy of the civilization. So there's a civilization of Marine Confederations. She's got fierce skills there with what it does do. That's its skill use. No real history. Oh, here we go. There's a whole lot of different things it's done. Anyway, let's just go back in. Nothing too interesting there, I guess. And we'll just watch and see what he does. So he's moving off towards the fortress. Just keep on watching what he gets up to. And he's moving in towards this. The drawbridge is up. So now he'll move down towards the other drawbridge. Human caravan has arrived as well. Okay, well that's going to be interesting. So they're not going to like that. Well, let's let this one come in. So we've got it all happening. We've got the royal treasurer has arrived. Where is he? He's on the other side of the map, coming the opposite way. That's not good. The royal treasurer. And what about the human caravan? Where have they arrived? They've arrived again from the top. So we're going to have to get Osnung down into the actual fortress first. So what I want to do is I want him in here. Now he's pretty close to this. Here he comes. So we're going to have to get him into there, then close it all down. So let's just allow that to happen. Hopefully he won't see the others before this all happens. And as soon as he arrives in here, I'm going to now go back down into this area, and we're going to now go and pull the back lid bridge. Pull that lever, do it now. All right, so just go back up the top again. I think F8, yeah, no, F7 takes me back to this one here. Now he's moving around, and he's caught. Okay, job done. We don't need to do anything in that case. So he has actually, so we've caught ourselves a net, and I wasn't sure if what actually happens with them. So that's not really a problem anymore. So he is caught, and we can just leave everything open in that case. So we have no issues. Just go back down to F2 and make sure that we don't pull that lever. So we're going to stop that command. And we can now drop the drawbridge as well. That's caverns, this is it. Pull the lever, do it now. So we'll actually open up the fortress again, and that means we can actually clear the civilian alert, so we can actually now go and capture that Etten, and maybe have an Etten versus a Forgotten Beast fight. Here we go, we've got that one now coming in. Right, so we need this thing to be built. So Rakust, the engraver, is coming in to do that one anyway, and we're going to need to get another button down this way. How are these dogs keep on coming down into here? Look, I'm just leave them down there for now. Yep, that's all okay. Got diplomacy. So Rorek has actually now talking with us. There's not a real lot that we need. Again, I'll pay for gypsum plaster if they've got it. Which they don't have. In that case, we'll go with, we don't need any of this stuff, do we? Wolf leather, that'll do us. Yes, proceed. So that's the diplomacy. Actually, I'll just go that way again and get with it. It didn't actually, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to click on done. Go goose leather, done. Right, so that's okay. And so a need for shield and bucklers is expected. I always forget from year to year, so I never worry about whatever it's doing. The alert, so the caravan has now arrived as well. So it's actually now going to be unloading its goods fairly soon. F1 will take us there. So it's moving up into here. This is now all open again, so we've got all that set up. One thing we have to do is actually build the outside area, but I'll wait until I've got a heap of blocks before we start to do that one. Actually, everything we've got, let's just see if we've got any more microline blocks. Yeah, I think I've got 7. You don't have that much more to do, but we'll eventually get there. Now the Forgotten Beast will still be in the bottom of the fortress there somewhere. Right, we can now just finish off the dolomite blocks. And the rest of it's just going to be microline. Okay, so that's the pattern for the top, and then we'll just wait until we've actually got microline blocks built. Merchants have arrived, everything else is sort of thumping along. We'll just move on down into the bottom of the fortress and go back to the Forgotten Beast. We need this thing built, and did we build a lever for that? I don't know if we did. F2. Yeah, we do. This will be the just call this one the Forgotten Beast, the Beast door. Alright, and we can also then just try, oh hang on, we've got these things now going to be starving, so I'm just going to have to place these back in their zones as well. So F5, zones back into here. In this case, oh, sorry, I'm going to go into DF hack for that one. So I'm going to DF hack assign this one. And so what we're going to do is we're looking for filtering. So we're going to go into only include grazers. Now, I can sort of see that there's a couple that are roaming. I can just go and click on them, but I can also use these as well just to go and set the minimum status and sort of have it come up. So if we then go across back the other way, I can then sort of have this filter come back up so it only gets all of the roaming. So I can actually filter this one fairly well. So I'll just go and assign all. There we are. So they're now assigned. That's all that's all we have to really worry about. I'll let the other ducks and things wander around. That will be okay. Oh, and the other thing is I might just put a chain in here. It's just so we can actually put some animal in there. Copper chain, and I'll place a door here. I think we still actually need to do this one through the planner. And that one there. Now you can see there we need 39 of these, so I need to go that one and make it the top priority. So that's now going to be number 1, and then this one, make that one the top priority as well. So then 1 and 2, they'll be the first 2 doors built. And then we can sort of, once this is all constructed, we can start to get ready for capturing the Forgotten Beast. All right, what animal should we place here? Maybe one of the goblins. A goblin thief. I think we'll do that. So Stungo Modeb. It's been assigned. Let's go and have a look and follow the proceedings down. Just got a long way through the fortress. It could try to escape. It may not, but we'll see what actually happens here. So Stungo is which one? It's Lozu, Stronol, Asno, Stungo. Okay, let's watch this one. Here we go. So if we have a bit of a look at the Goblin Thief, so it's being led down through the fortress and then across into this zone, and it's now on the chain. Okay, so we've got that one sort of there, so it can't really do much. Petitions, status. Okay, disembowelers. What the hell is that? But no, a performance troop is visiting. No, I'm going to deny that. Sounds pretty wild. Resume construction there. Let's just get that one so we're not actually watching it all the time. I think this is freaking him out, to be honest. Yeah, this is... I'll just resume the construction of that one to start with. All right, I think we're going to have to deal with this a different way. Come on, fix it up. Keeping on coming in. Yeah, this is actually freaking him out. So let's go and is tired. I made a mistake with this. I should have waited until I had everything ready before I started to do this on there. Trying to go and get the microline blocks as well. So there's all these different jobs that this guy is causing issues with. Okay, so in this case, we've got the copper chain. I think I'll just kill him. So I can't think of any other way to really get rid of him. So let's just send down the other group. No, he's a novice diagnostician. He's a doctor, Dr. Stungo, the thief. Well, he's sort of stopping everything from actually happening. I don't know if I can actually just assign him back into a cage. Let's see if we can actually do it, because I don't know if he's technically still one of our guys. Yeah, I can't really assign anything else there, I don't think. So I will actually have to kill him off. So we'll just go back into our squads. So I can get rid of those guys. They don't need to be stationed there anymore. So you just go back and do your own thing. We'll get the Roar of Rage, get them into here. Here they come. Bang. So they've come in. They don't like him jumping around all over the place. He's in pain. He's bleeding. So he's going to be basically killed off very, very quickly. Bang, he's done. So that's the end of the Goblin Thief. I will just go and grab everything that we need there. So we'll just go and claim everything that was there. All right, that was a bit of a lesson learnt. We no longer need them. Actually, that one, get rid of that station. So I had them both selected. No special orders there. I'll just go and get them both off. There we go, got the bridge up. That's been assigned. That's good. And we need to get this this door now assigned as well. So we'll just go back up to F2. So we've got the beast door. We need to link the lever, and we just go back down again to that location. Click on it, do it now. Wait for the next door to be built. Just going to grab a drink of water, be right back. Oh, one thing I forgot to do was to get all my my other location. If I just go back up to F2, I didn't actually start to put things in here. It was it a skirt? Which is body. It's not just cloth. Legwear. There it is. So we'll assign that one. This is a this is the like the artifact. And there it is. We can have a look at it. So this object with spikes of ginkgo wood on the image is an image of Shos, a greedy watch, the dwarf and dwarves in siltstone. Shos is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Shos to the position of king of the Spire of Wealth in 108. On the item is an image of a longland grass in dolomite. On the item is an image of Kastaz, a night crag, the dwarf, and dwarves in dolomite. Kastag is surrounded by dwarves, relates to the ascension of the dwarf Kazag to the position of queen of the Spire of Wealth in 217. There we are. What a beautiful skirt that we now have on display in our sort of main meeting hall. Let's go back. Well, we're nearly ready now to sort of get everything established for the Forgotten Beast. So let's just go back down into that area and wait for this one's now going to be coming in to be positioned. Let's wait for this door to come. These microline blocks, I might just auto dump them actually. Just so they're out of that area. So that just gets them out of there. So the three blocks have now just been positioned there. So just with the auto dump. Right, so let's throw another goblin in there, I guess. Actually, before we do that, let's open this up now. Hang on, before we do that, where is this other? Oh, this is a so Tatch then, a Night's Eye Bard. Okay, don't know what he's doing here. This is probably the one that tried to was part of the troop maybe. Why is he in the tree? He's climbing a tree. A lot going on here. Actually, we've got yeah, that was actually the one where we killed off the goblin. They're all okay. Should we get rid of cats now? We've got too many cats. Yep, the goblin thief was annoying them. Neebs has been re-elected. Wow, he's actually really has taken over as mayor. The chaotic disembowelers. They came in over here. Alright, that's fine where that all is. Let's just go back again to F2. The beast door is now been set up. So, and we can't see, we didn't actually see the Forgotten Beast. It may have wandered off again, but I'm not seeing it there at all. So that's fine. Let's go back to F2 again sorry, F5. And we now lock this door for now. And what we're going to do here is go and place another goblin in here. Onu. She can be the next one. There she is. Yeah, we'll just follow her along. So they may get aggressive. They don't have very far to go. Now that's going to be the trap for the Forgotten Beasts. So with what we can do here, we can actually just now open this one up, this door. So we'll make that one passable. We'll make this one locked, and we will actually now just lock off the... so anything that comes in here that's dangerous will now be drawn in here. So we'll just sort of see how we go. Actually, one thing I didn't do was didn't set up anything to... I've done it. I've screwed it up again. That's all right. Let's just get it going and see how we go. I should have put another gate on the other side to stop anything from actually happening. Let's go back down into the beast door, pull the lever, do it now, and then we can actually just watch and see. So it will be raised fairly soon. And the Forgotten Beast should be able to identify that there's something. If it's around close enough, it will sense this creature and come for it. And I can't build the other gate with what we've got here because like now I've got the goblin there. The goblin's going to attack anything that comes into this room. All right, let's just leave it there for a second. I didn't trade with them actually. It's going to be too late. So what have we got? I'll start to deny these now. Okay, let's just go back down. You'll probably better start to wind up, I think. So we didn't really get to do what we needed to do down the bottom here, like just with playing with the with what we ended up having. So we've got this one sort of established in here. Now what we need to do here is to set up all of this a bit differently. So we channel all of this out through here. I'm just going to go and get rid of all of the, I'll just wait for all this to be dug out first. Then we'll get rid of the ramps. All right, that's nice and clean. We want to put a grate. Actually, I don't even need the grate there, you know. I didn't even need that. Need to put flooring back on top there. Hang on, what was that? Constructions, floor. Got granite close by, that'll do. So, and we need to then put a grate in here as well. So I'm just going to go and throw a grate. That can be pretty much anywhere. So we'll go and position that one. So this is going to be under constructions. It's going to be a wall grate. Just throw it there. This will then stop creatures swimming in. One hostile, where's that? Oh, here it is back. Here we go. Will it beeline for us? It's heading towards us, actually. Let's have a look and see what actually happens here. Swimming. It's going the wrong way. It's off the map. Alright, so we can't do much about that one. So it hasn't found the other creature yet, I don't think. Nope, nothing there just yet. I've got a Mace Lord now. So our guys are learning. Oh, here we go. Human Monster Slayer, the Dismal Zombie. When you've got Dismal Undead, it just means that they sort of they conform to whatever society that they're part of. So we've got a zombie that's actually come in, like an undead unit. What was I going to do? I was just going to keep on, just going to finish off that little area for us to go and test the underwater stuff. There we go. Great is being positioned. Is that actually in position now? What are you doing? Playing make believe. Okay. Well, you're going to have to get out of there because we have to channel down. So I'll just leave that there for now, and he'll have to move out of there. So let's go in and dig a channel here. That kid had better leave. So wake you up. There he goes. He's gone out just in time. Just in time. Now we've got the channel now coming into this area, but we need to now block this off. So we just go back in, constructions, walls. We've got claystone right there. Now probably just trying to take it from the bottom. Oh, I got a were creature. It's a full moon. Okay, this is going to be. I'm going to have to leave this because I'm not going to have a chance to sort of go and do this one. Let's just go and click on OK and pause really quickly because this could be anywhere. Yes, Dwarven Child. Isar is fighting. So where is this? Inside. Oh my god. Oh my god. Here we go. So we've got ourselves a were-bison inside the fortress. I'm going to leave this here, guys, where we actually are at this point in time, and we'll come back and deal with this threat next time. Next week. So this thing here is going to be really, really difficult to deal with. So we're going to have to watch everything that's actually happening here. So it's come in, transformed on the full moon, and is attacking this one here, which is currently playing. So we're going to need to now restructure all sorts of stuff, but we'll leave it there. So I'm not sure when I'll be back with this one. I'll definitely be back playing this again next week about the same time, but I may not be able to hold off until that length of time. So were bison will be what we deal with in the next exciting episode. I might just get rid of the stuff that really doesn't matter much. Yeah, everyone's been interrupted. Dingoes reverted. I'll just get rid of the stuff that's just not going to matter here. Then we'll save it. And we need to get military down this way now, very, very quickly. So we'll just go and save and return to the title menu. And guys, we'll leave it there for next week. Thanks for watching. Or, I'm not sure, maybe play it a bit over the weekend. I'm not sure. We'll see how we go. Hope you do have a great weekend if I don't see you